व्यक्तिहरूलाई समाजको प्रिय corruption adversely affects each and every sector
any
of the
sort of
country.
ideology. Just is a great location for Nepal to explore its potential.
Namaste. Welcome to Nepal's Top 7 Debaters, produced by Leadership Academy.
This is the first competition round in the Category 6 of Bachelor's Level English Language, and the topic for today's competition is Modern laws created by the state should give more advantage to women.
Let me now introduce our panel of judges for today's first competition round. Our first judge is Mr. Santosh Shah. He is the president of today's Youth Asia. Our second judge is Ms. Parvati C. Mazumdar. She is an education consultant for schools in the areas of curriculum design and teacher training. She is also a lecturer of sociology and education at ISA College.
Our third judge is Dr. D. Aker. She is the interim director of John B. Kroc Institute for Peace and Justice at University of San Diego in the United States.
The participants have been divided evenly to speak for and against the motion.
Yes, the modern laws of the state should give more preferences or advantages to women. According to data from Central Bureau of Statistics, Nepal government 2011, the total population, the percentages of women's population is about 51.5%, whereas literacy rate, women's literacy rate is 57.4% and men's literacy rate is 75.5%. Now this clearly reflects that there is a gap between men and women, and if eradicating this gap is our need, then I think women should be given more advantages. If something benefits us, then grabbing that opportunity is being smart. Similarly, if we give advantage to women, I think we get benefited. Let me provide you an example. According to Food and Agriculture Organization 2011, if women farmers have same access to agricultural resources as men do, then the agricultural output of countries like developing countries like ours could increase as much as by 2.4 to 5%. Now this is a devastating change. Similarly, if we get benefited from what we have, then I think grabbing that opportunity is being smart, as I said. So we need to grab that opportunity of giving advantage to women. Generally, people speak about gender equality rather than favoring the laws that are advantages to women. Let's rethink about it in this way. In a developing country like ours, where men are dominant from small room in the house to very important political or economical positions, I think it's not that easy for a woman to stand up with those so-called dominant men. For that, I think they should be given some privilege. It's not that they are incapable, but it just means that for them to stand up in a male-dominated society, I think they should be given some more advantages. Similarly, I want to give you an example. According to a 2007 Catalyst study, the companies with at least 3 women in the board of directors perform significantly better than those without women. It's not that they are more capable than men, but it's that they just bring different life experience and problem solving skills to the table. So I want to make everyone think in a realistic way for a developing country like ours, where men are so much dominant compared to women, even though our women are as much capable as men are. So being realistic, I think we should favor the laws that are advantageous to women. Thank you.
Think about this. A woman who is very weak in studies gets enrolled in an MBBS program through the reservation system and eventually went on to be the doctor. Now, the big question comes, will I rely on such doctors for my treatment? Will such doctors be able to treat the patients very effectively and efficiently? Don't you think that in such cases we need more expert professionals and very high intellects? Considering to the above cases, by giving more advantages to women, women will not be competitive in this modern current system. Yes, by giving this reservation, quotas and such facilities and privileges, women may get the desired opportunity they want, but these opportunities will be limited only to their reserved area. Otherwise, let's take a look. There are these reservation systems in the national security level, in armies, in police, or in the civil service sector for women. But how many of these women who have entered these organizations through such systems have really exceeded onto the top level position of the organization? Very few in number. So the women who join such organization through these reservation systems, through these quota systems, and through these advantages and getting privileges will not exceed much than the women who have entered such organization through this free competition and have succeeded freely. Let me give you a few examples. Did Pasang Ramu Sherpa really needed such advantage to climb Mount Everest? Didn't she face the same amount of struggle like Tenzing Norgay and Sir Edmund Hillary had to face? Did Aung San Suu Kyi also really required such privileges to be one of the great women leaders of today? Not only just great woman leader, she is a great leader all around the world of today, right now. Didn't she face the same amount of struggle or the similar struggle like Nelson Mandela did? So, I would like to say that, yes, if advantages have to be given, that it has to be given on the education and the training sector for women, so that they can learn, they can groom themselves, and then they can face competition with this modern world and can succeed much higher level. So, modern laws created by the state should not give more advantages to women. Thank you.
According to WHO, the recent prevalent figure shows that 35% women around the world are last chance. According to WHO, the recent prevalent figure shows that 35% women worldwide have experienced either intimate partner violence or non-partner sexual violence in their lifetime. In the country like ours, where more than half of the women are deprived of the rights, Nepalese modern law should proactivate and should give more advantage to the women. If I give an example of the laws created after the recent and the most popular Delhi gang rape case, then my opponent friends might say that after the case, the new law was established, which says according to which if the victim dies or goes to coma, then the death penalty. But my dear friends, this new law does not address multitude of issues, including marital rape. Nepal, being a part of various conventions of the elimination of all sort of discrimination against women, the Beijing Platform for Action 1995, the Millennium Development Goal 2000, and the United Nations Security Council Preservation 1325, all of which underline the government's responsibility to realize and promote the girls' women's right, due to which Nepalese modern law should proactivate and should give more advantage to the women. Today, women have become firefighters, sanitary workers, police inspectors, and many others. But everywhere they go, they face the discrimination. And the reason for this discrimination is modern law as well, because there has been no modern law created for the punishment of those discriminators who are nothing less than the criminals of the modern society. Talking about Saudi Arabia, it is the country that bars women from driving, and the reason is government does not issue them license. This does not show the equality between male and female here. This might be quite shocking, but in the country like Vatican City, women are deprived of the right of voting. Hence, I conclude that modern state of law should provide more facilities to women. Thank you.
Advantages are given to those people who are incapable of something, but women are strong and courageous. From Cleopatra to Angela Merkel, women have ruled the world, and today women are excelling in each and every field. So I don't think that it is relevant to give more advantages to women, because there are laws, the existing laws itself has not been implemented. According to the Constitution of Nepal, Interim Constitution of Nepal of 2063, women have the right to reproduction, women have the right to ancestral property, there should not be any discrimination against women, there should not be any sexual violence against women, and such an act is punishable by law. But these laws has not been implemented. The problem is in the implementation part, and creating new laws does not do any good when these existing laws itself has not been implemented. So the state must focus on implementation of the existing laws rather than giving more advantages to women or creating more laws regarding women.
My next point is that the competition will be killed if more privileges or special attention is given to women. As we know that competition is very important for democracy, for market economy, and for the overall development of a nation. Someone should not be hired because of their gender, but they must be hired because of their credentials and because of their capabilities. So I would like to conclude here by saying that first, the government should focus on implementing the existing laws rather than creating new laws, and government should not suppress the competition. The competition must be encouraged, and women are the protectors, we are the nurturers, and we do not need more advantages. Women do not need more advantages. Thank you.
Men are forgetting that they are born from woman's womb. City ladies are forgetting that vast female population is yet behind. People, in the name of equality, are standing against advantage given to the woman. But what are these advantages people are opposing about? In this country, 33% of reservation is given to the woman. However, there is 51.43% of women as according to Census 2011. Is it enough? No. In 2001, there was 11% of land registered in women's name. In 2008, advantage was given. Tax exempt while registering a land in women's name was given to 10%. That increased 25% in cities and 30% in villages. Right now, we have 19.71% of land registered in women's name. It is still not enough, but still people are against advantage, even when advantage are doing no good at all. Why is it important? Kofi Annan have said, there is no tool of development as effective as women empowerment. And how do I say it's true? It's by the words of Napoleon Bonaparte. Let France have good mothers, and they will have good sons. To have good sons for male-dominated society, it needs trained mothers, skilled mothers, talented mothers. Without that talent, they can't train the sons, educate the sons. In world wars, what had happened? Men used to go in wars, and female, no education at all. Without skills, that companies would have drowned. But they took the charge and brought development. For that development, it needs women empowerment. My friends may say that in MBBS, there should be women, should fair free competition. But the truth is that females have better hands. Their hands are smaller and could do better surgery. But because of the domination, their minds are being corrupted, that they should not go outside the walls of the house. And for that, we need to bring a change. We need to bring a change that they should come out. We should give that confidence to them. Without that, there won't be development. There won't be progress. There won't be development at all. Hence, I'm proud. Thank you.
We will continue with the first competition round of Nepal's Top 7 Debaters Season 3 after a short break. Welcome back. You are watching Nepal's Top 7 Debaters Season 3, and we are featuring the first competition round in the Bachelor's level English language category.
It is only the exceptional woman who escapes the gender inequality enough to be able to claim that she is injured by it. But it seems that we all have to be able to accept that we are equal in order to complain that there is inequality. This statement has been quoted by Catherine A. McKinnon in Equality, Women as Women in Law. Had there been the topic of advantage before the world had experienced liberalism, it would have been generous, it would have been legit. But now people have already experienced liberalism. So in this case, there are things more equal in nature and laws more equal more than advantageous to women. And the philosophy behind this tendency is the distributive justice, which states that there should be equal distribution amongst all equals. And if they are unequal, they should be provided their shares in the ratio to their merits and their differences. Let us talk about the world trends. There have been there have been talks about positive discrimination all around the world, and it had been initiated in Nepal 14 years ago, and there were amendments in law which stated that women and men are equal, and their laws, the amended laws were equal. Let us also talk about law cases in America. The Supreme Court of America, in the law between Grotta versus Bollinger, it states that the decision states that 25 years from now, there won't be any racial preferences, rather there will be equality. And also, let us talk about inequality between men and women. Why? The advantages given to women can make a difference, can create an inequality between men, or it can be unequal and it can be unfair for men. The divorce case, let us talk about the divorce case, which states that men are unequal, they can't approach the court. So I, being a woman, should I get more points for debating with my fellow male contestants? No, this states that, are we inferior? Providing more advantage states that we are inferior. No, we are not inferior. Therefore, all equals should be treated equally. Thank you very much.
Before starting, I would like to ask my opponents, why are women still fighting for gender equality and gender equality? Why are our women still facing the female feticide? Why are our women still in the conditions of less participation in administrative, legislative, and judicial body? Why? Visualize the situation, my friend. We are not personalizing, let's generalize. It's not Angela Merkel and the condition of Aung San Suu Kyi. We are in Nepal. Generalize, my friend. If the condition is that we have literacy rate of 57.4, which has been hyped from 30% in 2001, then that is due to the advantage given. You know that? The adult literacy program of the women, that 10 years of adult literacy program, and the girls' enrollment ads and programs implemented by the government, that has helped it. And still the women are lag behind. Men have 75.1% of literacy, but women, they are 57.4. And if we focus, PR system, hasn't it helped to increase the women participations? It was just 5,000 women among 80,000 total employees in the governmental system. But now it has increased. And how can we forget the health sector? The health sector among maternal mortality has decreased from 539 to 281 among 1 lakh women. And hasn't it due to the Safe Motherhood Program? Yes, it is due to the Safe Motherhood Program. And those FCSW women, they have helped to implement the education of sex and all contraceptives. Hasn't it helped? It has, my friend. We need to generalize. And also, how can we forget the condition that male are still dominating? We still have patriarchal society, and we need to focus on women. And it is all possible if we give more advantage to the women and priorities to the women through the national legislation, government, and everything. We need to. And how can we forget that women are still behind? And as Ban Ki-moon, UN Secretary General, has said that women must be full partners in development so they can lift themselves and their families out of poverty. And this is possible if we prioritize women in the modern laws. Thank you.
Now, may I request the judges for their comments?
First of all, it's not an easy topic, and it's one topic that we can be debating over the next 50 years at least before we come to any conclusion. So I would say good job on both sides. However, we're discussing the law here. We're not discussing the social issues, and we're not discussing whether there should be a competition between men and women. You know, the topic clearly states that modern laws created by the state should give more advantage to women, and that I think we should stay focused about the topic. And most of you debated around the topic or give your personal opinions. So next time when you debate, stick to the topic, because it becomes very difficult to judge if you are giving your personal opinions in different directions. Second thing is, most of you have mugged up your debate. Right? Now, as a first debater, you could probably do that. It could be in your advantage. But if you're a second to last debater, you have to have counter argument. You have to be spontaneous, because when you have mugged up and when you forget, we saw a couple of debaters struggle. And that should never happen in the debate. Most of you asked questions. That's public speaking or speech. We're debating here, and you don't want us to answer your questions, right? We are here to judge. So, You have to answer your own questions.
I want to congratulate all of you first. It's always difficult to go and express a point of view strongly, fluently, and also supported by data, which I think all of you have attempted reasonably well. I think we are here to learn to debate as well as to debate. So I'm going to give you some feedback as to your strong points as you debated and areas where you could improve. I would expect the debaters to actually look deeply at the topic and see how you could argue it with your supporting data. So modern laws created by the state should give more advantage to women. Needed an examination of what is modern law with contextual reference to Nepal and international modern law, which many of you did and did well. However, I would also clarify that modern laws do have an impact on society and on women in particular and their relationship with men. So perhaps some explanation of the effect of modern law on society, social change and transformation of the status of women vis-a-vis men in different societies is also important to raise in the speech that you made. So some of you did that as well. One general feedback is that in a debate, there must be an attempt at rebuttal of the points of those who have gone ahead of you, which perhaps you needed to do. It did seem as though you had prepared a general speech rather than come forward to debate.
First of all, congratulations to all of you for taking this on. This is a tough subject. I get to deal with this, and there are lots of questions about this worldwide, and at the United Nations even. What is the right way to go? So it was a privilege to hear you and hear both sides of the argument, because it is exactly what's being stated out there. I mean, you've captured that as a group in the debating. I was thinking, of course, and perhaps it was my projection, that we'd be talking about the state laws in Nepal and what should be coming up, maybe in relationship to the coming constitution. What should be the next step? Not just reservations, but that's just my own projection. But the effect of laws is really important, and I think that several of you captured the impact of what's happened in the past and how that's changed things, but how things in some ways are still very difficult. And I thought on either side, there were reasoning on either side of why you now be for or against in the future. So I'm glad I got to hear each of you.
I request our judge, Mr. Santosh Shah, to announce the results.
We'll have to let Grishma go today. And we all agreed that you're a good debater. It was just today's moment, where you kind of took more retakes, which was kind of a favor given to you by the judges. Second is, I felt your focus was all over the place instead of focusing on the topic. And the content is good. You have covered you have a very wide range of coverage in your content. It's just that next time you'll have to structure them well and don't mug up a discussion ever, right? Just be aware of the research you have done and the contents you have, and don't give up debating. You have a great potential to be a very good debater, right, Grishma? And rest of you, congratulations. We will be seeing you in the next round. Thank you.
If you are a student studying between grade 7 and bachelor's level, you can apply for Nepal's Top 7 Young Poets 2014. Application submissions are open now.
We invite you to participate in the alternative education programs run by Leadership Academy. You can call our office at 425-7250 and 980-203-2195 or email us at youthtya@gmail.com. We will be back next week. Namaste.